So hi, welcome to EJ Sport. My name is Guy, and this is my Raw reaction for the latest episode of Raw. Now, there is a lot to go through, so I know I'm a rambler, so I'm going to try and get as much of it I can into a very small amount. Now, where to start? Okay, so let's kick off top of the show. Steph, Shane announcement. Look, I'm going to keep it quite simple. I've already sort of tweeted out that I think that Stephanie will be in charge of Raw and Shane will be in charge of SmackDown. I think they'll sell that SmackDown is the new brand, he's the newest person, but ultimately, I know this sounds quite odd, but Triple H is kind of stubborn and he doesn't really like working Tuesdays. I know that sounds really weird, but it was quite a known shoot from a known wrestler about him working Tuesdays. I won't go into it, but yeah, Steph ruling Raw, Shane ruling SmackDown. Anyway, okay. First segment of the night, New Day comes out and dancing. Anyway, Vaudevillains come out. First matchup, it ends up in a DQ because the club come out. Are the club going to be facing the New Day for the tag team titles? I don't know, but that could be potentially where they take it, which would be good, really, for the club, because let's face it, they haven't really had the best the best run, and they've been kind of like a squash match for the Usos for the last however many weeks. But it's new and New Day, but I think that if that storyline progresses and it gets a little bit further over the next couple of weeks, you could see the New Day taking on the club, potentially at Money in the Bank, but we'll see. Rusev defeated Zack Ryder for the US title. Now, Titus O'Neil came down at the end of this match. I gotta say, the reason why I'm not sure whether this is in order as it appeared on Raw, and it's just reminded me of the wrestling on this show. The wrestling on this show, from a wrestling point of view standpoint alone, not very good. On the pre-show and the build-up, there was an advertisement for the 6-man tag match, and I thought to myself, oh, that could be a contender for match of the night. As it goes, it was the match of the night. There was just no question in doubt, but we'll go into that later. Yes, Rusev defeated Zack Ryder. I didn't know whether it was a title show or not, actually, but Titus O'Neil came down, and it looks like they might be having a feud, which didn't really get, because if Titus and Rusev are going to be having a feud, then I kind of thought Cena would be going for that, and yeah, I'm not entirely certain. Anyway, the next thing I've got written down here is I'm questioning about the Intercontinental Championship, which Raw do actually kind of make note to it, but if Titus O'Neil and Rusev are going to do the US title and the World Heavyweight Championship is Reigns and Rollins, what's Cena going to do? Thankfully, Raw will tie that up later on, but still, it's just begs the question: where will he go on to? it's a bit confusing, but I'll tackle that in a bit. Anyway, the Intercontinental Championship, he's not doing anything, and they made a reference to it when Miz came on, said he was making some sort of terrible film for WWE Studios. Anyway, yes, Money in the Bank. No seventh man. We had 5 of them decided last week on Monday Night Raw. 1 of them decided on SmackDown, and still no 7th man being decided. Don't know when that's going to happen. Not sure. Enzo and Cass went over on the Dudleys. Again, Enzo and Cass are very entertaining. They're a brilliant tag team, but I fear for the Dudleys because they have lost and been made to look pretty weak against these 2 up-and-comers. I'm not entirely sure why they've agreed to do that, but maybe this is punishment for leaving the WWE for as long as they did. Yeah, don't know. There was a segment during the night. Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns there's a reason why I'm leaving it a long pause, because I didn't get it, didn't understand, it didn't add to the feud, it didn't take away, it was a very confusing bit. I didn't really understand. I didn't get it. Anyway, moving on. The Golden Truth came down to commentate on a match with the Usos versus Breezango. I'm not entirely certain why they keep this angle going. I suppose it's to keep these wrestlers current and stuff, and you don't know, look at them, and when they come into the larger pay-per-views and they say, well, who the hell are they and why they've turned up. But it's an angle, I suppose. The Usos defeated Breezango. It is what it is. Okay. John Cena came down to the ring. He's back. He got visited by AJ Styles, and then Gallows and Anderson turned up, and they beat down John Cena, all 3 of them. Now, I'm not entirely certain where they're going with this. I mean, obviously, it's going to be John Cena versus phenomenal AJ Styles in weeks to come, and that's what they're doing with John Cena now, instead of giving him a title run. I guess that's okay, but are you going to keep going back to the club thing? And I guess what original, maybe something has changed. Maybe the reason, or maybe the whole brand extension thing is going to meant that because of that decision, storylines had to change, and as a result, I don't know. I just thinking that Finn Balor, as face as he is at the moment, when it comes to doing the branding, I don't see him just naturally turning heel to be a part of the club, because let's face it, Vince is making AJ Styles a heel now. I'm not sure where they're taking that at the moment. We'll see how the weeks progress, but anyway, yeah. I've got camera work. What was with the zooming in and out on AJ Styles beating Johnson. I didn't. Anyway. Um. Sorry, I won't edit that out. Okay. Charlotte coming down to. This is I didn't really like the whole. I didn't like the women's match. The women's match was awful. It built up to what's going to be a match between Becky Lynch and Charlotte on SmackDown. But I just thought it was rubbish. Oh, I get that Charlotte wants to do this whole. I don't know. Maybe they're building up to it. I'm not sure. But if you really don't want to be seen as Ric Flair's daughter, lose the music, lose the intro music, lose the Flair name, lose. Yeah, it's annoying me that. Oh, I don't want to be seen as Ric Flair's daughter. Well, you still come out to that stupid Ric Flair entrance theme tune that's part of your. I mean, I know it's a spin on it, but still, don't really see how you can call yourself Flair without. Yeah. Anyway. Anyway, yeah. Dana defeated Natalia. And then Becky Lynch came down. I like Becky Lynch. She's a good wrestler. But yeah, that's the reason why. Now, oh god, Ziggles. Yeah, I don't. Right, in a no disqualification match, if I have arranged for an entire roster to come down and help beat my opponent up, that's allowed. If I've arranged for a tank to come into the ring and everything, it's no DQ. So I don't know, electrodes on someone, anything, weapons. If so, all this moaning and bitching that he used a low blow, I don't get it. It was a DQ match. Just leave it be. And I know it's an angle to keep this Corbin Ziggler thing going, but oh my god, it's supposed to be a new era. Is the new era rehashing the same old match over and over again? I mean, it was Dana versus Natalia on SmackDown last Thursday. It was Dana versus Natalia on it just. I'm getting a bit tired of it. WWE, please move on. Oh, and the conclusion of that match was he low blowed him to lose by DQ, which I didn't really get either. Oh, what a waste of a segment. Anyway, 6-man tag match was clearly the match of the night. I didn't really need to say much. It wasn't really a storyline progressor. It was the match of the night. It was. Look, a lot happened this Raw, and I had a lot to get through, and I think I've tried to do it as swiftly. I know this. I've seen that it's just gone on for 15 minutes already, but there was a lot to cover, so I'll give myself a little bit of credit. Now, I'm going to have to score this Raw. No, I say I base it on every 5, and then I give a plus. And it was difficult to score this one because so much happened, but very little wrestling happened. There were some good points. I mean, the Dudley Boys match wasn't terrible, and the 6-man tag match was okay, but wrestling content, it was kind of it. Storyline progression was okay. I think the storyline progression and building story arcs side of things, this Raw actually gave it a couple of good points. I'm going to say it's moved, and so I'd actually move that up to an 8 because of the lots of different storylines. But I'm also going to take it down a couple of pegs because it's so I go up to 8 and I come down to 6 because you're rehashing old stuff and you're not moving forward with it. So the wrestling content, I will give it it's a 7. It's a 7. Ultimately, there were some bad points of the night, especially by the commentary team. Very close to the beginning. JBL, you know what you said on live TV. Just it's yeah. Anyway, yeah. So it's a 7. I'm going to wrap it up now because I've been rambling for far enough, and it is a very stupid o'clock in the morning. Anyway, that's been my Raw reaction. Please leave your comments in the section below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for listening. Bye bye.